what it is, man. Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you. Get 18% off. We out. All right, man. We back. Goodfella Sports TV. We're going to talk a little bit about José Ramírez and Vitkor Postol going on the ESPN Plus. I'm going to rant about that. And also, we're going to get into Lopez and Lomachenko. I got an update I've been holding for the last couple of days, and I think you're going to start to see what I'm about to say unfold. But first, let's talk about Manny Pacquiao and Gennady Golovkin. But I appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video, right? And Manny Pacquiao basically tells Golovkin to come down to 47. He's too small to go up to 160. And that, you know, he ain't really ruling out, you know, fighting Golovkin at 154 pounds. He said we haven't had any negotiations. He was talking to the Manila Times. Now, Freddie Roach is the one that started the Golovkin and Manny Pacquiao situation and said he'd like Pacquiao to go up to fight Golovkin. Now, in boxing, you just have a lot of guys who have different opinions. You got the fanboy opinion, which people think that's just limited to fans, but it's limited. It also includes new media, old media, and people in boxing. You had a lot of people in boxing say, well, I want to see it. I think Pacquiao can beat Golovkin. You got a lot of ignorant people that think a 40-something-year-old Pacquiao can jump up 2 weight classes and beat Gennady Golovkin, okay? Oh, he got, and everybody trying to rationalize how Pacquiao can beat him because they in all of Pacquiao. Pacquiao couldn't even jump up and fight Oscar De La Hoya and Margarito to 54 with no strings attached. You know how they try to change his story? You know what I'm saying? It's his story. Everybody got a different version of his story about Pacquiao. His fans got a point of view. He got a point of view, and everybody else do. What I do remember is Manny Pacquiao is a tremendous fighter, right? He's done some great things in boxing, but Manny Pacquiao was doing what Canelo was doing years ago, and they try to villainize Floyd Mayweather for doing the same thing. He fought Canelo at a catchweight of 52. He fought Marquez at a catchweight, which they watched it. That was in the benefit of Marquez and paid him to go up to a full 47, right? Other than that, Mayweather went up and fought De La Hoya. He went up and fought Cotto with no strings attached. And those were 2 different Cottos and De La Hoyas than what Manny Pacquiao fought. Pacquiao had to drain Margarito to 150. He drained Oscar De La Hoya. Okay, let's talk about that. He beat up Ricky Hatton after Floyd. He beat up Shane after Floyd. So we could just keep going on and on and on. He got one of the most, swept under the rugs resumes of all time. And they do the same thing with Canelo. Now, had they been black, they would have been pointing out every inconsistency, every bull jive on the resume. Okay? This not me being pro-black in boxing. Just me telling the fucking truth. Okay? Pacquiao, and also all the speculation surrounding him, he ain't that great to me. He's a good fighter, and I've said that about Floyd. Neither one of them punks in my top 10 welterweights of all time. And I said what I said. I don't think they was at their best at welterweight. Manny Pacquiao best weight ain't welterweight, and Floyd best weight ain't welterweight. Okay, and I said what I said, and I know my history. It's been a lot of greater welterweights, you know what I'm saying? But I felt Floyd is best at 130. Pacquiao probably better at a lower weight class. Don't forget, he drained Marquez. Don't forget, he jipped drained Morales. He jipped Marquez a few times. Okay? If he's so great, why didn't he stop Chris Algieri? Okay? But they talking about him going up to one, he can beat Golovkin, this, that. Golovkin didn't look good. Do y'all understand jumping up to 160 pounds for this dude? He will get murdered by Golovkin. He might have some type of Kill Brook success where he touch him up a little bit. But if Golovkin don't go in here and knock Pacquiao dick in the dirt at 160, he more overrated than I thought he was. All right? And usually you hear Golovkin speak on things like this and jump out there. He still ain't closed this deal with Camille Zamata, right? They still negotiating the fight from like a damn year ago. But, everybody don't believe Pacquiao that great. And I see what I see when inconsistencies. But hey, in his career, if you want to fight Golovkin, why would you say, hey, why don't you come down to 47? You asking a 40-year-old to come down 13 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody asked for that fight. Ain't nobody say, oh, man, Pacquiao should fight Golovkin. Nobody in the history of boxing has said that. Freddie Roach brought that up. For whatever reason, Freddie Roach brought it up. So if your team brought it up, why am I chasing you? Shouldn't you come up? You know, and like I said before, man, motherfuckers talk about moving up and fighting other dudes. Hey, man, you got your plate full there. If you're going to be a world champion at 47, you know, conduct yourself as a champion. Why not fight Terrence Crawford? Why not give shitty Sean Porter a try? You know what I'm saying? Why not give your Dennis Ugas a try? You know, at the end of the day, you're going to fight Mikey Garcia. You know, I don't want to see that fight. Nobody want to see that fight. But I would like to see him as the bloody Mikey Garcia. I like to see him stop Mikey Garcia. That's why, you know, when you go, Errol Spence should have went in there and just smashed Mikey Garcia. He should have ran over Mikey Garcia like he did Leonard Bundu. Ain't no excuse for him not doing it. Now look at him. Now we got to deal with Mikey Garcia throwing 3 or 4 punches around. Tired of dealing with that. Errol Spence should have demolished him. But you don't hear Sean Porter talking about going up to 60. You don't hear Earl talking about going up to 60. You don't hear Terrence coming out going up to 60. Pacquiao is a welterweight. Conduct yourself as one or get out the way. If you want to fight Conor McGregor, Goodfella has no issue with it. Fight Conor McGregor. You know? Do it. But leave the belt where it's at. But, you know, the belt ain't designed for these dudes to become undisputed no way. You know what I'm saying? It's never been a 4-belt undisputed champion at welterweight. Boxing is not designed to consolidate the belts. They don't want that. Because as you consolidate one belt with another, the sanctioning fees go down. Each sanctioning belt body get less. You know, but Golovkin ain't said a word on it. Not from what I heard. So Golovkin ain't even entertaining it. He ain't, you know, he know, look here, I can make 160 or go up to 68 and make what I'm going to make versus Canelo and ride off into the sunset. I ain't got to deal with dropping 13 pounds, fighting at a catch weight, rehydration clause with Canelo in this situation. So, you know, like I said before, I don't like Golovkin, right? I like Pacquiao more than I like Golovkin. Golovkin was one of the most overrated fighters in boxing history. I said it from the beginning. I used to battle with these dudes online, even dudes I used to work with on YouTube, and we used to battle. Oh, he's the goods, and look at him now. Quiet as a church mouse Sunday morning before dusk. Ain't got nothing to say. When Max Kellerman conceded that Golovkin wasn't shit on Max on boxing, that was vindication. Because they was riding Golovkin nuts so hard, and he was overrated. And I could tell if a fighter overrated. And, you know, immediately, but they ain't fighting. I ain't going to waste my breath on it no more. You know, hopefully Pacquiao fights somebody worth no, but he can do what he want to do. You know, dudes still chasing dudes. Look here, man. A lot of women measure themselves by how many guys in their DM, how many guys chasing them. If all the guys stop chasing them, all the guys stop paying them attention, then what? Then she gonna have to settle for what she can get to stay popular, right? So if all the do welterweight stop chasing Manny Pacquiao gonna come find y'all. When y'all start having fun and chilling out at the cookouts and y'all boxing and making the best fight the best, and Pacquiao Squidward looking at Patrick and SpongeBob having fun, which is you fighting the best, Pacquiao gonna want a piece of that pie then. That's all y'all got to do is just fight amongst each other. And if Pacquiao want to get into the double Dutch competition and start jump roping, then he can. But a lot of these dudes just waiting around for a 41-year-old man for a payday when they create their own payday and their own legacy. And Pacquiao don't add on to your legacy. This a legend that been beat every way. Decision, knocked out to the head, knocked out to the body. However you want to beat, split decisions. You know, you want to say he been robbed. He been beat up. Like, it ain't nothing new to fight Pacquiao. And it ain't like Pacquiao doing 1 million pay-per-views. You know what I'm saying? Wilder Fury 2 can do 1 million with Fox and ESPN working together. So what y'all think y'all different? So just make me mad when people just sit around waiting for a Pacquiao fight when they can fight each other. But Golovkin ain't said nothing. And you know, if Golovkin ain't said nothing to capitalize on the situation, you know it's bull jive. You know he ain't entertaining it. But let's talk about Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez. I told two people this, and I got this information a few days ago, and that I heard that Loma and Teofimo Lopez is done, and they just doing this pretty much doing this to hype the fight up, right? So the deal is, if it ain't officially done, it's going to get done, and they going to fight. So it's already set in stone. Teofimo Lopez told everybody the other day it's going to happen. Just sit back, relax, and we going to get the job done, right? We gonna seal the deal, right? I already understand that the deal is sealed for the most part, and they going to fight October 3rd, unless it's going to be some type of setback. So I guess Verdejo is probably going to be on the undercard and probably be a backup plan as one of these dudes get COVID. So I've been told that they just hyping the fight up. All right, it's going to happen. So at the end of the day, and it's working because everybody talking about it. Everybody mad at T.O. because he ran his mouth. All of a sudden, he getting 4 times as much he ever made in his career because his highest purse I heard was $400,000. And now he going to duck out on Lomachenko when he got the long career to go. But, one thing I never understood about boxing, I always say this, right? And I guess it ain't got in the right hands or people don't care about it, is that you got these two dudes fighting. And if Lomachenko win, he can take home the most money. If T.O. win, he take home the less money. If Lomachenko lose, he take home the most. If T.O. lose, he take home the less. If it's a draw, they take home the most if you Lomachenko and the less if you T.O. That's one thing they got to change about boxing. They got to incentivize boxing. Just because you got a fan base, the winner should get a little bit of something. At the end of the day, the winner should get something. All you get is a belt. A few belts and you undisputed. You ask any fighter out there, right? If you can have an extra $1 million or you can have a belt, an extra belt, they gonna want that extra $1 million. All they gotta do is say, you know what? We gonna take $1 million from Lomachenko, right? He making 3. He don't deserve that. We gonna take $1 million. Matter of fact, you could take 500,000 from both. You could just take $1 million, right? Loma will still be getting $1 million more than T.O. You know what I'm saying? T.O. still be getting this 1.2. You say, look here. Whoever win this fight get this extra $1 million. Right? That makes sense. If Loma, you think you can win, ain't no problem. You still getting 2.25. T.O., you think you gonna win, you still getting 1.2. Whoever win gonna get this extra $1 million. Let's get it popping. And that's all that need to be said. Anybody that say, oh no, I don't want that, they ain't confident. That's how you tell who really confident. Boxing need to incentivize for its winner. It's no point just because you bring more fans to the table, you bring an extra belt, or sometimes you don't bring no belt to the table. You more popular, you deserve to make more money. You don't see that in the U.S. Open. You don't see that nowhere else. Nowhere else in the individual sports, other than probably UFC, you get more money because you're more popular. To me, that's just stupid, but from what I understand, man, all this is PR. The fight is going to happen. It's going to go down unless something changes with COVID or somebody get injured. I guess they probably are planning to have Verdejo on standby, but it's going to happen, right? So there's no need to sit here and keep bashing on T.O. T.O. going to take whatever he can get, extra, but I heard the deal is done. So Loma's happy with the amount of money he going to get. Whatever T.O. going to get, he going to take it. And hopefully he go in there and do the job, okay? I wasn't the biggest fan of T.O. at first, not because of his mouth. It was some stuff I seen. But, with Lomachenko starting to decline and fight down, fight to his age, I'm hoping that T.O. can get the job done. But I ain't no Lomachenko hater. I've routinely ranked him as one of the best fighters in the world. Since his last few performances, Corolla, Luke Campbell, Pedraza, I downed him. He fell down my list outside of my top 5. Not saying he's not a good fighter. I got plenty of footage and videos of saying he's a good fighter. You know what I'm saying? I've even said Kovalev was a solid fighter and was better than Golovkin. So I ain't sitting here hating on the guy. And a lot of people say, you just hate Loma. And I don't hate the guy. I just don't think the guy's good as y'all making him seem to be. But to be fair, I've said in the past that the majority of fighters, I feel like 98.9% of the fighters today is overrated due to the media. I'm not impressed with a lot of these fighters today. All right? Not impressed. The media overhyped them. The writers overhyped them. The new media overhyped them. Their promotional companies overhyped them. And a lot of these dudes don't even know how to breathe the right way. A lot of these dudes, they not even trained the right way. They missing a lot of the little nuances of boxing. But, at the end of the day, that is what it is. That's my news on that. So let's close it out. Ramirez and Postol fighting Saturday, August 29th. They kept the date that was already scheduled on Ring. We talked about it a couple of days ago on live stream. Personally, I like this fight. I think Postol got a chance. I think Ramirez is one of the more overrated fighters out there. I do think he is improving. He got some of the best stamina. He's strong, got a good output. He comes in tremendous shape. All right, that is his best asset. Is his stamina. Right, he can go. He can punch. He can overwhelm you. Robert has done a great job with kind of fixing some of the things that was broke with Freddie Roach. But my whole thing is this. And somebody said, well, they got a bigger budget on ESPN Plus. You set us through the whole month of June and majority of July with all them bull jive fights. And then the first solid fights you get, you taking it on ESPN Plus. That's why boxing will never prosper. Even if ESPN Plus is $5, right? How do you grow Ramirez and Josh Taylor by having him fight on ESPN Plus? How do you grow that? ESPN Plus has 8 million subscribers. ESPN, I'm not sure what their subscriber base is, but it's way more than 8. So best possible scenario, 8 million people, and that's not even gonna happen. The majority of ESPN Plus are people who are UFC fans, right? So the one first decent fight you get, you want to put it on ESPN Plus, which I don't understand, man. Top Rank, ESPN. Why is the budget bigger on ESPN Plus? I don't know. ESPN sit here and show replays of SportsCenter all day, which I don't even like no more. Used to watch SportsCenter at one point. It was respectable content. Now it's just bullshit. Okay. And then the first solid fight you get, you put it on ESPN Plus. How does Ramirez supposed to grow a fan base? And whatever they're going to do with Josh Taylor, he fighting in the UK. You need to be showcasing him and Ramirez on ABC, ESPN. But like I said before, man, even when I'm being on ESPN, it ain't saving boxing. It ain't even helping. They numbers are respectively just so freaking low. Nobody's interested in these fighters. None of these fighters got the it factor. None of these dudes got the mic. None of them dudes got the gift the gab. Nobody can talk that talk no more. You got dudes that don't have no personality. The dudes that don't have no personality. And the dudes that do got personality, they get hated on for being brash and being arrogant, especially if they people of color. Boxing is they need to find a way to reinvent the wheel. But when you got 60, 80, 90-year-old men running boxing that don't know nothing about marketing, they don't know nothing about how to reach the youth, this is what you get. All that they could have took that bullshit ass money they spent on them shitty ass cards and saved it for a fight like this. You know what I'm saying? I might even forget that's coming on. And this fight been postponed twice. So they gonna take their good boxing products and put it on ESPN Plus and keep giving us the shitty product. If your ESPN budget that bad, man, just cut it off. Just take the whole Top Rank and put it on ESPN Plus. Because we ain't filling them cards that y'all been putting on for a while. They've been terrible. But hey, that's just my opinion on it. I didn't like to see that fight on ESPN Plus, and I don't care what their budget is. If your budget bigger, just stop putting fights on ESPN Top Rank, because we didn't like them fights last year. We didn't like them this year. And we good. Just put everything on ESPN Plus. But hey, don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Don't forget you can follow me. Social media links there. Facebook group there. You want to make a donation? CJ Good 313. Right there on Cash App. PayPal link in the description. Cash App, PayPal links and usernames in the description. Excuse me, a little bit tired, but I do appreciate y'all. Let me know what you guys think about what we talked about. Pacquiao, Golovkin, Tio, Loma. Probably it's gonna get done. And, Ramirez and Postol. So I appreciate y'all. Check out our boxing news, boxing rumor playlist. Keep sharing the videos. And hopefully we have something to talk about tomorrow. We can go live. But, hey, appreciate the love, support. Keep sharing the videos.